All right, here we go. Finally. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver, and on the line with us today, we got the boys up from Spokompton, Washington, Mr. Alex Yerges and Trevor Austin. How's it going, guys?
Right on.
Good.
Where'd you say from?
Spokompton?
It's Spokane.
No, it's not the way they say it, Jeff.
Spokompton?
Yes. Tell them I'm not wrong, guys.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. You're more likely to have your car stolen here than you are in Compton.
So that's
really cool.
Okay, that's what I was. That's why I was confused by that. I didn't know there was a huge crime wave there. So basically, South Central Los Angeles is now in Washington State. Is that what you're saying?
It's been
here for a while.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's written on one of their goose calls. You don't goose call, so you don't know these things. But
You would have stopped in at the shop. We could have showed you.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Y'all weren't there.
Drove past
I called. Y'all were showing a house.
Yep. No. Yeah. You're probably right.
I did call. Now, I don't blow a call because I don't have a Pacific game call. I don't have the big lanyard full of beautiful white calls like Andy does. I don't.
That's
I don't ever.
Now we gotta talk.
I don't get free stuff because I'm not world famous like Andy Shaver is.
doesn't
true.
it sound like he's harboring animosity here? I mean, it really does.
Slightly.
A little bit.
I was at Mount Rushmore Saturday or Sunday, and a guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, are you on the Big Honker Podcast?" I said, "Yeah, I am." He goes, Do you really know the world famous Andy Shaver?" I said, "Yes, I do. I sleep with his mom every night." And that was into the conversation. All about Andy.
It's always all
Oh,
about
man.
Andy.
So what's happening out in the great state of Washington?
Not much. We finally got some sunshine. It's like mid high 40s and hanging out, getting ready for turkey season.
Shit's melting.
Did you guys have a good waterfowl season up there?
We did. I mean, for duck wise, no. I think all the ducks turned into geese about 2 years ago. So no ducks, but all the geese showed up.
So you didn't see a lot of ducks either?
No. That's been 2 years in a row too. It's been pretty weird.
I guess all the ducks are over there by Matt Judy. I want to.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
that's strong like that.
What'd you say?
That flyway's been strong like that for a
Oh.
long time.
I think Canada being closed really did end up hurting us a little bit. I didn't think that would happen, but I don't know if it really did because of weather or not. And it looks like it's going to be closed again next season, so maybe we'll get winter next year.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the weather pattern is what's holding them up there. I mean, we had you get a freezing day and then it'd warm up to 60, and just nothing froze up. I mean, my buddy was up there north of where that outfitter was that we all like, and they were killing them till December. So if that doesn't show you something, and the locals are getting after it, just it's not as much though.
Yeah.
We finally had a push of ducks here 2 weeks ago, which way late, but we had flocks of widgeons, thousands and 1,500 birds. I mean, that we hadn't seen all year long that we normally have in December, but it was so fucking cold they had to come down.
Jeff is certain that their count is off.
I think
somewhere
they're fucked up big time on their count.
Where at? What flyway you think?
Well, the Central Flyway is really fucked up on their counts. The state of Texas is a bunch of idiots that set our seasons anyways. That's a whole different story, but I just don't think we have the ducks that we had before.
Did your guys' season change this year for timeline?
Fuck yeah, they started us 2 weeks late on our goose season, which was dumb.
That hurt you?
We just don't see the ducks.
We didn't this year.
And there were some pockets in northern Oklahoma. Those guys killed a lot of birds, blue stem boys and stuff did. And there's some places in Kansas. Cody Crook told me he said the best season they've had in a long time. But, man, I know a lot of places just didn't have any ducks. And I know the winter didn't push them down and stuff. But I just don't. I think their numbers are off. I think their pintails and mallard counts are backassered.
We have we always have a shitload of pintails here, and I don't know. You can only shoot one, but that's our big duck here.
On the reverse swing back up, we see quite a few of them.
Yeah,
but we haven't seen any widgeons like we used to.
No,
and I think Matt Judy's killing 20% of them in the whole country. I think.
Yeah, those boys up there,
plausible.
Judy, and there's a couple other guys up there that rake them.
Oh,
it's
crazy, and what a fun duck to shoot.
It's fun. We did it. We did a little film up there in the piss and rain.
Fuck that. I don't know how y'all do it.
I did it one time.
Fuck, I mean, it looks terrible.
That makes
It was terrible.
It makes the snow goose hunting in Arkansas almost look bearable.
It's the same.
There is no way I'd want to do that shit. Now,
It's a must.
now, didn't y'all come stork shooting?
Yeah, we came down in when was that? January? Yeah.
Now, how'd y'all do?
Yep. Well, the first day we wrecked them. We shot a 10-man or something like that. That was cool. That was something different, something I've never even experienced ever. And just watching those big ass birds flying in, it's like they don't even come forward. They just drop levels because their wingspan's so big. And so you think they're so damn close, and they're not.
When they're working, they're the easiest bird in the world to hunt.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but when they're not working, you can't do a damn thing to change them.
Yeah, I noticed that on the second day.
Oh, did y'all have a hard second? That's pretty normal. I mean, it's not everybody thinks they see everybody just raking them, but when it's on, it's on. But when it's off, you look like a fucking idiot, and there ain't nothing you can do to change it.
No, it was definitely on the first day, and then the second day was just like you said. They were lunch lining straight to another field.
And I don't know what you can do. I mean, it's just like I said before, just pray that they brought enough lube for everybody in the blind. That's the only thing I've found.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
I missed out on that trip too. Damn it!
Yeah, what? He's got you slaving away in the shop when he's off gallivanting around the world.
Hey, I tell him he needs to come.
I
just
usually
don't tell him what
do get
happens.
an invite, and then afterwards I get to hear about the fun things, not the bad. Like,
I think you're going to see crane hunting change over the next 10 years because it's getting so popular that I'm curious to see how these birds are going to react to them. They don't get affected by the full moon like the geese do. It doesn't seem like as bad, but they're starting to get pressure put on them everywhere because everybody's hunting them now. And I'm wondering if it's going to change because they're our hunting in January was excellent.
Yeah. How did the steakhouse sell? Was it a popular?
Pretty good, yeah. We did pretty good. There was quite a bit of sales from Oklahoma and Texas. And
well, I mean, more importantly, just really good feedback. On the guys that got the call, they really enjoyed it. Raved about how easy it was. They loved the tone out of it. And so, from our standpoint of flying guys up from your neck of the woods,
Yes.
Texas outfitters, and helping us build it, I think we hit the nail, pretty well on the head with that call design.
Because I mean, where else do they hunt? They hunt Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and then I don't know of anywhere else that gets a big push of them.
Of cranes?
Cranes?
I think Tennessee or Kentucky, they're starting to hunt them now a little bit.
You have places that are getting seasons as well. I know we had a buddy in Minnesota. They were talking about doing a season there. I mean, hell, even in Washington, they're discussing it because we had a good pattern of cranes that come through here.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why they're not going to get hard down here is they don't get pounded before they get here.
Right.
Like a goose in December in Texas has been hunted for 3 freaking months already.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it right along the way.
Yeah, the crane.
They just opened up Alberta last year
to
crane hunting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last year. This would have been COVID year.
What's their limit up there?
I think it's just one.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'd have to check, but I think it was one.
See, ours is ours is 3 down here.
I think that's everywhere, just about other than Alberta. I've not heard of anybody shooting 5 or 8 cranes.
No. Can you hunt them in Montana?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
And
You
what's
can shoot swans.
Swans are permit and your tags or whatever you want to call it, but I don't know about cranes.
And what's crazy is in Nebraska, it's like the fucking state bird. If you look at it wrong, you get a ticket, and then here you just murder those poor little bastards. But from what Blake was saying is like they have like an hourglass shape migration pattern, so they like bottleneck in Nebraska for whatever reason,
And then spread out.
they disperse down low, and then in Nebraska for whatever reason they bottleneck, and then when they get past Nebraska, they go back out wide. That's what Blake said. Take it with a grain of salt.
Blake also invited me for breakfast yesterday morning, and everything was closed in Grant, Nebraska, so we didn't get to eat.
Oh.
So,
And that's his town. How do you not know? Like, oh yeah, it's Sunday. Everything's gonna be closed, or Monday.
Blake did the old, I could tell. I said, so this is it, huh? It's okay. So we're gonna go down the road. We're hungry. Do the cranes? Do they nest where you're at?
We get them in September for a hot second.
Okay, because now that they nest, a lot of them. Yellowstone nest a bunch of sandhill cranes. And,
Yeah,
and in Montana they do. They nest there also.
Do they? No. The only time you see them in at least Eastern Washington, is September.
Yeah.
When they were ripping through with the specs.
So, what's new with the turkey line? We got rebranded stuff with the turkeys. What do we got?
Oh, well,
A little bit of everything, man. So I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint it, but I mean, we kind of expanded into doing our own in-house production on it. And so, I mean, this year we're going to have 2 new pots, 2 new boxes, full line of mouth reeds coming out.
Different woods.
Kind of do a little bit of everything now. Yeah. And instead of it being, mediocre, we're excited to put our own spin on it. That's for sure.
See, and I think we've talked about it on the last one, but it's got to be so frustrating to go from season to season to season like this. Like, you don't get any break in the calling world.
I mean, really.
You do a little bit, but for the summer months you get there because, you're pretty much everybody's bass fishing or, going on vacation and hitting Disney World instead of talking about, duck and goose calling. But for us, then that's our time to kind of build up and make, real solid pushes in that, August, September time frame. So, yes, you are correct in that there's not like a huge drop off on it. But, I mean, we were in December, putting together all of our production stuff for turkeys to basically get through it in February to have them ready by now. And so it's, you're pushing real hard all the time.
Now, does that kind of screw you a little bit out of waterfowl hunting because you have to switch your mindset in December when you should be concentrating on, grinding out birds?
I think no matter what, being in the shop is screwing us right now. Not being able to expand and not have enough. We need more equipment. Alex and Spencer have been grinding their ass and figuring out how to build a turkey line, in house. And so they've been focusing on that while, Steph and I and Carter and Riley, well, everyone else is doing whatever else we have, the manufacturing line to the Pacific Call stuff. So we're just kind of spaced out so bad right now. It's, we're trying to just stay on top of everything, but
yep.
Getting out of this and building our shop will be a huge saving grace.
Yep.
Now, how is that going? Because the last time we had y'all on, y'all had, I think, just figured out where it was going to be. You just finalized some property. Where are we at with the building?
Yep. Still kind of in that deal. The property's done. We're good to go on that. Now it's just getting, contractors to call you back and getting everything, kind of lined up. But as far as we can tell right now, everything is full steam ahead. So we'll be going from about 2,200 square feet to about 8,000, which will be huge for us.
Oof, that's going to be nice. Now, are all the contractors, are they just all booked up, or why is it so hard to find somebody? Has COVID fucked them up too?
A little bit of both.
I don't know. Everyone's so backed up in the Spokane area and Idaho area because of the market, and you want to go build a house, you're 9 to 12 months out easily. So we just need an engineer. We need an engineer stamp, pretty much, is what we're told is the last thing. So waiting on the little fine line of the printout, then we can submit it to the SBA loan and finally get our money.
Boy, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's been fun. And, I mean, you mix that in, and the SBA is so backed up with all the PPP stuff, and all the accountants are pulling their hair out, and it's just, man, it's a fun time to build right now.
I can't imagine.
With price going up.
Yeah, I bought a 2x4 yesterday. It was $7.12. Like, holy shit.
Shit.
What are y'all paying for right now?
It wasn't that no, because we're getting a set of cabinets built here, and we bought a bunch of lumber yesterday too. It wasn't $7, but it was definitely more expensive than it was last summer.
A fucking 2x4 used to be 99 cents.
Bingo.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think down here it was $2.49, $2.50 to $3. I think. Don't quote me on that.
What's a metal 2x4?
A metal 2x4.
You can buy metal and do everything in metal.
And get aluminum studs.
Yeah,
and things.
aluminum studs, not metal. Aluminum.
Yeah.
Can't buy that at Depot, so we just bought whatever they had there for dicking around with our router room out here. But yeah, man, it was like, oh god, we got to build a building, and 2x4s are $7.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Home Depot and Lowe's have made a freaking bank the last year.
Everybody had time for honeydews.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I wonder what the divorce rate is right now.
Fuck, it was
or the bait.
It was already over.
Give me another boomer year.
Yeah. All the COVID kids are coming out.
Yeah, COVID babies.
We're going to have snow babies here, I guarantee you. We were all locked in the house for 10 days.
We're not.
There you go.
We're not. I can tell you.
Well,
Oh, man.
we might, Jeff.
How
I
lo-
don't know. Tell you in a couple weeks.
Your wife's going to be awful disappointed if she's pregnant. And she's not near as disappointed as you're going to be.
Snowvid.
Do you want another baby, Andy?
No, I do not. I'm done. 2 is enough. I love the 2 that I got, but
So,
Jesus.
Are you guys going on the road? Is there going to be any shows this summer to go to?
They say. I mean, they collect our money, game fair.
Yeah, I mean, they took our cash, so I'm hoping that they'll
So,
happen.
Game
But-
Fair is going to happen this year.
Yep, as far as we know right now, Game Fair is on. Now, obviously, it's Minnesota. If things change, from what we understand, it really depends on what the verdict on the state fair is. And if they hold the state fair, then Game Fair is pretty well good to go. If they don't hold the state fair, then Game Fair usually follows as far as canceling and things like that. But they've already confirmed it. We've sent in our contracts. We're good to go there. We've got your duck show down in Texas. That's pretty well good to
Where's
go.
that at?
And then
That's
Texas Motor Speedway.
When is that? I don't even know nothing about this.
Because Die Bomb's the first weekend, so we have Die Bomb and then the Ducks.
The
So,
end of June,
it's end of
June like 24th through 26th or something like
I
that.
didn't even know anything about it. Who's putting it on?
Ducks
Ducks
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Oh, that's that other deal. Yeah, we may come over and see you guys then. I'm
We're
not
going to
doing
be gone.
it. When do we go? We leave 21st through 20. Yeah, we'll be gone. We'll be out of the country then. I'll be curious to see what
We're going to
happens.
be in fucking Michigan. It's not out of the country.
Well, that's close. I was just in Minnesota last week, and I'm going to tell you right now, that state, boy, they're really picky in some areas. Whew. On everything.
What do you mean?
Mask. Have your mask over your nose, sir, and your mouth. Do not let your mask, sir, I've told you twice, the nose has to be covered.
Well, y'all probably see that all the time, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty
So
normal.
who's got the wind chimes?
That was my Ring video doorbell. You can't put a price on safety, Jeff.
Jesus. So y'all are going to Dive Bomb, and then you're going to go be at Texas Motor Speedway.
That's so Dive Bomb second weekend, and then Texas Motor Speedway's third weekend.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's the
right around those
22nd,
time
right
frames.
when you guys
When
are
do we
leaving.
leave?
We leave the 21st.
No, we'll be if Texas Motor Speedway's the third weekend. That'll be 21st is Monday, so we might be able to make it.
It's one of the weekends there. It might be 20. I think it's 24, 26.
25th through the 27th, probably.
Yeah,
that makes
something-
sense.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
25th through the 27th.
Then we will be gone. But
Ducks Unlimited doesn't like us anyways. That's why they didn't invite us.
why?
No,
Don't
shit,
need enough.
I'm not a big DU guy. I'm not a big fan of everything. I mean,
Oh.
the organization for what it stands for is great. I'm just not a big giving so much money to corporate offices and stuff. But I think Ducks Unlimited is really great what they do, just like Delta and all them. I think the basis of what it's all about is really, really good.
He's just salty that they didn't do anything out here for us.
They've
That-
never
that's
done
what it-
shit.
that's what it
They've
boils
never
down
done
to.
shit anywhere in Texas, other along the coast. And the Texas
Oh, yeah.
Panhandle they could have done something with. They don't do nothing. I'm not a big. But like what they
It's a-
stand for, I believe in.
They've got the kind of same project around here. They worked with private sectors. I mean, they're going to have the most money to throw in that. If you got a mill, I got a mill. It's a lot more than what just one mill is. So I get that building that habitat, but it's also hard because you have all the public places that aren't getting any sort of work done and a little bit here and there. So I know I see the struggle with it.
And that's my only deal. And they want to give. We don't do hunts. We don't do hunt giveaways. The biggest pain in the ass in the outfitting business is a guy who buys a hunt through Ducks Unlimited at a convention because they're drunk and they're trying to, they got some chick wearing T-back trying to sell them raffle tickets and they're trying to impress her and fake titties everywhere. And they buy something and then they invite 6 of their buddies and they think they bought the whole fucking lodge. They don't realize they just bought a hunt. And so I don't like dealing with all of that stuff.
Yeah. Some people don't
No,
get
I
it.
have a buddy of mine that's an outfitter, and they sell Ducks Unlimited. Was it preferred hunts? DU buys like 10 hunts from them a year, and then they give them away at auctions all over. They might do it in Orlando, they might do it in New York City, and they sell these hunts to these places. And that guy told me, he said the biggest pricks we get are those guys because they don't have any connection with these guys. They just bought it from somebody but Ducks Unlimited does do that.
Yeah,
but that will be a good show.
I mean, product.
You think it will be?
Yeah, that's the thing they had at the Gaylord a couple of times. I did the Ducks Unlimited show in Memphis years ago, and it was really neat because there was people from all over the country that come there just for that event. Because I think they do some other. I think they have a kind of a convention and all kinds of stuff.
Well, I mean, they're based out of Tennessee, so they're going to have, that's going to be the home turf show, and they're going to bring in all the high rollers and schmoozers from their, bigger events that are out there. And I mean, like Seattle Ducks Unlimited was one of the top earning ones in the country for the longest time. And our good buddy John Wills does a whole bunch of stuff throughout the Sac Valley in California. And I mean, it's big money stuff.
Now, they tried to do this last year, didn't they? And then it ended up getting canceled because I remember there was going to be a show at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yep, that was it.
That was it.
There'll be a lot of eye candy there, I can promise you.
Oh, yeah. They know how to dress those women up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is it indoors or outdoors?
Both.
Yeah, I think most of the booths are going to be outside, but then all of like the expo centers and, hangars and things like that they have at the Speedway, they're going to use for, different events. And that was off the plans that we got last year. So I don't know how that's going to change or what they're going to, modify, or if they have to modify anything. It'll just kind of, we're just rolling with the punches. We're just excited to be down there.
June 25th through 27th in Texas, I would be begging for indoor stuff.
I'm sure we'll be outdoor.
Yep. Cut off sleep, sharks, let's go.
You'd be a hot bastard on that concrete.
Especially on that concrete.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we got for a reason, man.
You got what?
We got Jordan for a reason.
That's right. You will not be the only one down there rocking those, I can guarantee you. And that's what's bad.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see some good looking honeys walking around there, that's for sure.
Well, it's Dallas.
No, whoa, hold on. That's not Dallas. That's Fort Worth. That's completely different things. That's like saying Spokompton in Seattle.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, that is
Fort Worth.
You'll see cowboys
will
where
be
y'all are.
A lot of Trump T-shirts, cowboys, good-looking honeys. Dallas, you got a lot of men wearing dresses and a bunch of liberal bullshit over there too. So
can't find a Dr. Seuss book anywhere in Dallas.
Not in Dallas.
Have y'all seen that shit that they're going after Dr. Seuss now? What the fuck did he do to anybody?
Oh, sometime long ago.
I don't know where we're headed in this country anymore. And it's got to be 10 times as bad up where y'all are.
Yeah, we just stay in the shop and don't put our heads outside. Put the metal roof on top, and we just
y'all live in a conservative part of the state, though, don't y'all?
Yeah, we do.
Much, yeah.
Well, we're moving to Idaho, so
even more.
But everybody hunts and fishes up where y'all are at. Yeah, so you're in the same deal. It's when you get to those big cities where a bunch of fuckheads are.
Yeah, man. Well, we have a lot of transplants here in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So.
Coming from California.
Yep, California, Portland, and Seattle.
Mm-hmm. So what's happened? So that's what's happening to Texas. Everybody from California is coming down here. They're moving to Austin, which is already fucked. So they're screwing up a good thing.
I had somebody told me the other day, said, you and Andy better watch it. Y'all are going to be the next ones they cancel out. They can go fuck off. They're not canceling us.
Who told you that?
It don't matter. It just some man in town said that to me.
Said that we're going to get canceled?
We better watch it. We're going to be canceled. We'll be the next ones being canceled. I'm fucking, I ain't going to change.
Oh my gosh.
Our check will show up.
But that's the thing is who's gonna cancel us? We're not in a big box store that it's not like we're in Cabela's where they're gonna be like, oh, you know what, fuck these guys.
They don't understand that though. People don't understand the podcast. They just think that somebody can come pull the plug on us.
Oh,
but people need to start standing up, or we're gonna all be in that situation where you can't say a fucking thing.
Yeah, no, that's right. Do y'all think that Canada's going to be open, or are y'all on the same page as us that it's going to be locked down tighter than Dick's Hat Band this year?
2022.
I think that's pretty.
Yeah, some health server, and they were saying, or service worker, and they were saying that they weren't gonna. They're planning everything for the following summer to open up.
Well, that's going to put all them fishing lodges and everybody out of business. Just about. That's horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
that's a.
How many years in a row had you gone? 16 or 18?
No, I
9.
was 9. My dad was 29.
Did you happen to see where in China they were making the American tourists take an anal swab for this COVID shit? Now, can you imagine if Canada starts trying to pull that shit?
They're not.
I'm fine. If I can go up there, I'll do it. I don't care.
Boy, you're a cheap fucking date. I'm telling you right
Sure, I sure am, man. I'll go. I'll do anything.
now. Have
to
you
go
had a
to Canada.
prostate exam yet?
Nope, but I will. If I have
It's
to.
not
Give
very
me
fun.
across the border. I don't care what it costs.
Yeah,
Make it happen.
I'll smuggle.
I had to have one of those one time, and the doctor, I was mayor at the time, and the doctor who did it was a city council member here, and so I was asking the opinions on stuff, and I asked him, I'm not going to say his name, I'll just call him Bob. I said, Bob, I want your opinion on this. I said, I trust you. I said, you're the only man that's ever been inside of me. And that fucker did not know what to say in that meeting, but I wouldn't go volunteering to have a prostate exam if I was you.
Depends on how good the hunting is.
Yeah, probably good.
Oh, better.
Yeah, I
There better be limits every day if I'm taking that to get up there.
Yeah, I'll be really butthurt.
It ain't like keystering drugs in prison, I can tell you that much. So,
No.
you would be willing to have an anal swab to go to Canada to hunt?
Yeah,
He didn't even think about it.
Yeah, no, he was very quick about it.
Never,
You
no
know.
hesitation.
He didn't ask if it was a 14-inch Tyrone or whatever it was. Well,
nope.
there's going to
Don't
be
wanna know.
some. There's going to be some sort of stipulations. I'm not saying it's going to be an anal swab or something when they do open Canada up. There's going to be some rules to go by like that.
Oh, I'm sure. I wonder if you'll have to go with an outfit or something more.
More control.
Restricted.
I think that's what they're going to happen. I think they're going to try to put a lot of gun control on this, where you can't take a shotgun across state lines. The boundaries, the international border is what I think is going to end up happening. Like Mexico, I don't know that you can take, if the people that go hunt in Mexico, I think they all have to use the firearms from the outfitter down there.
That's what most of them I ever heard. They just use their
Yeah, I don't
their
think
guns.
you can take a gun across. And I may be wrong on that. I don't know that for sure, but I know some guys in Texas that have deer leases in Mexico. Why the fuck you would do that?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's always scared the shit out of me. Because every year you hear a story about the drug cartels beating the piss out of them and stealing all their shit. And it happens every year somewhere. This year it didn't happen because I don't think none of them could go over there to hunt. But those guys, I wonder if they have rifles they use over there or if they're allowed to take their guns over some permit.
I would.
Well, I got a client who goes down to Mexico and he turkey hunts. I think he brings his gun.
There's got to be some kind of form they fill out.
Yeah, it's just like going to Canada. You probably fill out the same form.
And you got to
Almost.
hand Pedro $100 bill, probably.
The people working at
That's
the
fine.
Canadian border aren't near as crooked as the fuckers working the Mexican border. I can tell you. I had to pay for Michelle and Zach to come back one time from Cancun. Cost me
How much?
$20, or it might have cost me $100. It was $20 or $100, I don't know. But
It was to get in.
after getting, it was to get in.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to fucking ruin our vacation, so I paid for it. And then about 2-3 years later, I was thinking, "Fuck, that was stupid. I should just let them stay."
They'd probably be happy.
That's
Forever
exactly
vacation.
right.
Because it was like birth certificates. Because Jeff's got a last name, and then us as kids, we had different last name, and birth certificates didn't add up. And
It was a marriage license.
you
He
had to
goes,
have your
"Do
marriage
you not
license.
have a copy of your marriage license?" Fuck no, I don't have a copy of my marriage license. I don't even know if we even have one anywhere. I'm sure we do somewhere. But anyways, he was like really giving me a hard time because her last name was the same as mine and different than the boys and shit. Now finally I was like, "Listen, how much is it going to fucking cost for us just to go down here and have a good time?" $20, senor. I said, "Okay." And then Michelle wanted to get smart with the bastard, you know. I was like, "Fuck, do you want to fucking stay or do you want to go on vacation? Let's go." So that was the end of it.
Yeah, it'd be vacation
Yeah.
in the prison.
This is why I do not travel out of the country. Right there.
Me and Logan Pyatt are going to Mexico in July. Andy, we were going to see if you and Jesse wanted to go with us.
I'm going to. I've already been.
Where are you going?
I know,
Costa
I'm
Rica?
going to Costa Rica. We actually have
Whatever.
to pay once you get into Costa Rica.
You have to pay once you get in there?
Yeah. It's like a traveler's fee. I've been reading on different blogs, and they just stand there right outside the gate of your airplane. And they collect it.
Now,
Is what
now,
I've
hold
heard.
on
I
now.
don't-
You've booked
I'll
a
let
trip
you-
to Costa Rica. You're going to fly down there, and then when you get there, you're going to pay for your place you're staying at?
Well, I'm going to pay for that, but paying just to come into
There's
the
somebody
country.
there you have to pay.
Oh yeah. Well, how much you having to pay?
Yeah.
I
don't know. I think it was
I'd
like
find out.
Yeah.
Like a weird phone call.
Could you wire me $15,000, please?
Call from.
I wonder if it's just like a line there, and like one person gets paid, and then like they leave, and it's just like this ever rotating line of people that get paid off as these tourists come to Costa Rica.
Who knows? Check your passport, collect your money, go. I don't
See,
know.
we're going to St. Lucia in October, and I hope everything's on the up and up.
That's hurricane season, though.
Fuck, I don't know.
If anybody's going to get fucked on us,
you don't fucking know where hurricane season is.
That's when the hurricanes are September and October.
Give me a fucking...
The whole fucking Caribbean.
Jeff, I'm on the opposite side of everything.
Where the fuck's it at? It's in the Caribbean.
No, I'm south.
In the Caribbean.
Way south.
Well, you fucking in Terra del Fuego?
I think I crossed the equator.
No, you don't. Anyways, Andy's asked if anybody's going to have their fucking vacation fucked up by something, it'll be Andy and Jesse. Every time they're going to go somewhere, something fucking happens. There's going to be a fucking earthquake hit Michigan in fucking June because we're all going there.
This is true.
And there'll be a fucking F5 fucking hurricane's going to hit St. Lucia in fucking October. Just mark my words.
Are you bad luck?
Yes.
Bad luck,
I don't.
Andy?
Yes, I am. Murphy lives at my house all the time.
How many vacations did y'all have last year planned?
4.
How many did you go on?
0.
There you go.
All because of you?
Just shit happens. I'm telling you all the fucking time. Like me, I'm 100% on vacations. Fuck, we're going. If we're going somewhere, no matter what's happening, we're going to go. Andy's
that's what my
nervous
wife said.
fucking Nelly about everything. I mean, I'm telling you. I'll tell you a funny story. He's going to St. Lucia. I have a friend of ours that's an ATF guy. He was here, and I told him, I said, Andy and them was going to St. Lucia. I said, tell Andy something. Just bring it up in conversation about how your friend was in St. Lucia and how bad it was. Andy had never said nothing about going to St. Lucia. So this guy brung it up. He said, fuck. Buddy of mine was in St. Lucia the other day, and they kidnapped some people down there. Fucking Andy's eyes got all fucking big.
No,
He was
they
scared
didn't.
to death. Yeah, he did.
Oh, they did.
It's okay. The same thing in my life. I'm like, Liam Neeson is not going to come get us. Go.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why I just keep my happy ass at the house. I got enough going on here. I don't need to go anywhere.
His wife wants to go bad, though.
She does.
They're going to St. Lucia. It don't matter what the fuck happens. But that's just hurricane season. You can mark the words. There's going to be a big-ass hurricane somewhere close to then.
Nah, you'll be fine.
No,
Don't
I'm
listen
telling
to
you.
Jeff.
And then his wife, she jinxed our whole fucking community the other day about the power being off. The whole state of Texas is off. Jesse gets on Facebook. Thank God we're not going to have the power. Didn't get turned off in Knox City. Fucking 3 hours later. Andy and them were out of electricity.
The warmer. You got it.
And then fuckhead over here, he had power throughout the whole thing.
You got to know how to. You got to know how to talk to the guy who's turning the power off on the grids.
Yeah, I guess so.
Does he have the lock?
So listen, dude, you want to shoot some sandhill cranes next January? Yeah, just kind of leave my block off, okay? No, for everybody in Knox City, I did not do that shit because sure enough, that'll be all over fucking town. That I got electricity turned off everywhere but my house.
That's the only place with lights and water.
That's right.
And heat.
Have you seen, so like, I guess all over the place, all over Texas, people are just getting like $6,000 electricity bills out of this fucking thing. If you had a variable electricity rate, you got it up the pooper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like,
You guys see that?
we're locked in. We have a contract. We're locked in for like 3 years, but a lot of people have a variable rate based on how much they consume. And if you had a variable rate, like they jacked up your price big time.
The wheeler dealer, you got your buddy that's always trying to get the best deal he can get. That's the guy who got fucked on this deal because he was like, I'm paying 8.7 kilowatts. You're paying 10 cents, Jeff. Well, that 8.7, that $243 he saved last year is going to cost him $5,000-$6,000 for 1 month of electricity.
Oh, I have not heard that yet.
$1.8 billion was one electric company filed bankruptcy yesterday, and they were one of the big providers in the state. But
where were they?
Sir,
Where were
all
they
over.
based out of?
I think there's more in central Texas, but I've heard a story. A lot of people like me, I have my bills on a draft. I don't even, they just draft it out every month. One guy had a $15,000 draft come out of his account, and they swept it out of his savings into his checking account. But, you know, and then you can't fight it then. I'd be fucking taking everything off a fucking sweep right now if I was worried about that shit. But and I don't know what you could do. I mean, hell, you have to have power. It ain't like you can say, tongue turn that fuckers off. I mean, but I can't imagine a $10,000 power bill.
Texas dropped the ball. We're usually pretty good about all of having our ducks in a row, but they did drop the fucking ball on this one. That's what I was telling Jay, our friend Jay. You know, he's moving down to Texas, where it's great. Weather's nice, beautiful. Telling him, like, listen, don't let this scare you off. We're usually pretty organized with our catastrophes, but we don't handle the cold weather very well.
You guys haven't seen this in how long?
Ever. When I was a kid, the best duck season I ever remember was 1983. And I was, I think, 11 or 12 years old then. And no, I was 14. And it was an amazing waterfowl season. Hell, we shot some black ducks that year. But it froze up December 18th, and it thawed out on January 2nd. Now, my dad and all the other old-timers here, they have sworn, I couldn't really remember it. My dad used to say all the time, it froze on Thanksgiving Day, and it didn't thaw out to January 2nd. Well, Dad was off by 2 weeks. It was cold, but and it stayed below freezing, but we beat all those records this time. So this is the second time. I'm 53 years old, and it's the second time in my life we've seen this.
And that was a wreck. And what they were having, you know, same thing. There were negatives for so long and 16 inches of snow, and they weren't ready for that either. Sounds like no one was.
Hey, y'all hunted where Mikey works, didn't y'all?
I saw Mikey at the lodge.
Yeah. Is he still looking good?
Goofy ass was sitting there smiling at me.
I could see his smile.
I'm like, I go, is that the Mikey? And he's like, Trevor. Oh, yeah. It was cool. It was nice to talk to him. But yeah, he was there. He's down at the South Lodge.
Yeah, Mikey's a good kid. He's caught a lot of shit. He really is. He's a good. I've had so many people message me that's bumped into him or something, and I tell him he's a good kid. I guess he got his truck stuck down there real bad one day, which
weeks.
Shit.
I think it was for like a week.
It was stuck for a week.
I think so.
What did he do?
He went into a ditch. I'll try to find the photo and I'll send it to you. But I think he went into that ditch pretty good. I don't think he got out for a while.
Fuck. He blew his transmission going to Arkansas. He left here, got to Dallas, and blew his transmission out.
No, it was in Texarkana.
Oh, was it that far?
Yeah.
Mom had to come get him, so his mom rescues him.
That's embarrassing right there to say that.
She loses her wallet with all their money in it. So I think I got bad luck. Mikey got a little bit worse. So yeah, he had to buy a new transmission before he even got to Arkansas.
Ooh, that's a good way to start the program.
I asked him, I said, did you and your mom get a hotel room together? No, we got separate rooms. I go, well, at least that makes it not awkward for you.
So how was the snow goose hunting when you were down there?
Man, it was tough. You know, you were just chasing adults. I think all the juvies, they were either way down south or they bounced over. I saw some guys starting to shoot them up in Missouri when we were there. So, no, they were, you know, they've been battling the adults since that cold front came in, and you know they turned into starvation mode. So they were shooting them up pretty good here and there. And when we showed up, it was the first warm day, so it just turned into a mucky mess and no pattern, no nothing. And just you would see a flock, and I'd look over at Trevor, and he would just kind of stare up and just put his head back down and. What the hell? Like, what's going on? He's like, they're just all migrating north. So it was pretty tough, but we had one good day where we shot, I think, 45 or 50, but we shot 35 in one go. So that was pretty sick.
How many guns is that?
There was 9 guns.
243 rounds went off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was pretty cool. I've never blown a full tube, and I blew it.
How many is that?
I blew it. It was 11 or 12.
And you just run right through them all.
Oh, you just pick a spot and just start blowing up that hole. Well, there's so many coming at you. Shit, there was like 8,000 coming at us.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We had, I don't know, 300 in the decoy coming in. It's like they were starting to work their way in. We weren't sky busting out like 80 yards. They were at 30 to 70 yards we were shooting at them.
So y'all shot 100 rounds. And you killed 34 birds. It's one for 3. That's about average.
Yeah. I'll
I
take
saw
it.
the fucking snow geese yesterday in Nebraska. There was a shitload of them there now.
But I think they're all adults. I think that's what Blake was saying. They went out the other day. They had a really good. I saw Snapchats of like the feed the night before, set everything up, however many thousand decoys. They shot 5.
Well, yeah, but the next day when Blake didn't go, they shot 34. Oh. So Blake has got the black cloud still over him.
Blake's the issue.
Blake's the issue.
Yep.
100%.
That's what I told him. I said, that sounds like you're the issue.
Blake was Snapchatting us throughout that hunt of just like that fucking e-collar blasting in his ear, and he's just you can tell he's just sitting there. He's got his hood over his face, and he's just like,
oh yeah,
I hate this fucking thing. But he does it every fucking year. He goes out there. He knows it's gonna be tough, and then every year he bitches about it. I would just stop.
but you get one grind. You get that one grind, and it's just enough to keep going for another year after that.
Well, it's dry fields.
Yeah.
I mean, how were they laying in the spread or A-framing it?
Lay in the spread.
I noticed a bunch of the snow goose guys in Arkansas are A-framing this year.
Yeah,
I saw more and more of that, and I don't blame them for that shit, laying in the mud or A-framing. But
What did y'all do?
dude, we would have been 12 inches of mud and water if we didn't.
so y'all A-framed also? Yeah, that's and that I don't know much about the snow goose game. I'm not going to pretend that I do, but I think that's relatively new as the A-frame, and I think most people used to lay in the fucking sheets and shit in it.
Right.
Well, I think with chasing these adults, I mean, silhouettes and socks can go so far with chasing these smart ass adults,
So do guys use the e-collar and blow a call, or is it just one? Do they just use the e-collar?
Some do.
What's the point of blowing a call?
I think when you work in like a small group or something, it just has that more of a natural sound in case, depending on your e-collar, you might have a shitty e-collar, you blowing that speaker out or, just kind of mellowing the sound out. It's interesting playing with those e-collars and watching birds work and changing the volume up and down and not really changing the type of voice coming out, but it's just like how we goose call. You're changing the pitch, you're changing, how fast you're calling.
So they do have to adjust that volume?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I figured they just turned that some bitch on high and let it go like a Van Halen concert.
And let it blare, but from the times up in Alberta that I've been running it and then just doing it down, well, I guess the one time in Arkansas, but working through that, just playing with the different sounds is kind of helping me out.
When will they hunt in Alberta? They hunt clear up in May, don't they?
Yeah, I think till the end of May.
Can you imagine goose hunting on Memorial Day?
No.
Oof.
But
You what?
I would love it.
I'm done.
You have got the bug, boy. You are.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. It's just Alberta.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it anywhere else, is what you're saying.
No, we have our Washington season's going on right now, but you just messing with all adults. It's just a pain in the ass.
Will y'all get juvies through there? Is that what y'all are waiting on?
All south right now in Boise, I think.
But you will get them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll come up through, but our season ends on Saturday. No, it ends tomorrow.
So you're gonna miss out on the juvie push then.
Yeah, just again, like last year we did the same thing. All we did was chase adults. It was annoying.
I think it would be fun to go one time and go on one where you got on one of the big burners, 300 or 400 birds. I mean, everybody'd want to do that, but I think that would be fun to do. But to do that, to shoot 5 fucking birds and blow your eardrums out, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's definitely it's hard. That's for sure. It's select few.
Did y'all get any bands when you were down in Arkansas or not?
No. There was a group that was staying at the lodge. They got a band.
What does a big rain out like that look like? Like, are you chasing birds all over the field for the next 10, 15 minutes?
Kind of, yeah. You're just slipping on mud and tripping over decoys and watching birds, You're just chasing a whole shit ton of woundies. It's like a little white mob running around the ground.
I did a jump shoot one time here, probably 10 years ago, and it was the same thing. There were fucking birds running. It was me and a couple buddies. There were like 3 of us. There were fucking birds running all over that field.
And you shot exactly 15 your limit, right?
Probably so, Jeff.
There you go.
And they were all adults, and not a single band in there. I was so fucking disappointed.
Oh, you shot some snow geese?
Yeah.
Oh, where at?
Don't worry about where I'm going, Jeff.
A little trespassing going on here.
You don't know that. I had permission.
Well, I'm sure you did. I just didn't know that you ever shot snow geese like that.
Yes. All the time. I'm a professional.
I wonder if there's any snows here still.
No, we drove down that way yesterday. Didn't see
any specks here still?
Cranes was all that we saw.
I saw a bunch of cranes coming in last night.
Is your snow open right now? Do you have a conservation season?
Yes, we do.
You know how many times we snow goose hunted this year? Conservation? The same amount we have the last 10 years. 0. We did that the first couple of years they had the conservation season. We did some conservation hunts a couple of times. My dad wanted to do them. So we got a collar and some decoys and did them. And we killed some birds. We had a couple of 20, 25 bird hunts. But then one year, we had a ton of snow geese on a field and on my water. And next morning, Andy set up, and them fuckers, we'd never seen them. They left overnight. And that was my last time to do a snow goose hunt. I said, I'm never doing that shit again. You look like a dumbass to your customers when you don't even see a bird.
No, it's hard. You can't predict them. There's nothing. There's no routine with these things.
And like I've talked to Mikey a lot, and I text and see how they're doing and stuff. And it seems to me that if the customers realize that it's a hit and miss game, it's not a bad deal. But it seems like there's more bad hunts than good hunts.
You really need to set yourself up for like a 3 or 4 day trip, because you'll have a good day. You will have a good day in that with the amount of birds moving. I mean, you may not be on the X. I don't even know if there's a thing called an X there, but just being in the general area, getting in the middle of that. I mean, there's 50, 70,000 birds in, a square mile. So
ours goes until, I just looked it up. Ours goes until March 14th. So we got 12 more days.
Well, you can hurry up and set your spread up.
I don't think there's fucking snow goose in Texas.
But, but after talking to Mikey, and I see that, and if your customers know, listen, like you said, come 3 days, you're going to have 1 good day, and you have 2 shit days, or maybe 2 good days. Who knows? And they know that it's not bad, because it's not like other waterfowl hunting where if you were going waterfowl hunting and you said, listen, we got 500,000 geese within a 20-mile circle, you're going to be like, fuck yeah, we're going to shoot some birds. Them some bitches there ain't no guarantee you're going to shoot anything.
No, not at all. And especially traveling, you got to have that, idea in your head that you're going to have a good day, but they might be burnt for scouting or burnt for bad shoots or what it may.
How many decoys did y'all put up?
Shit, I can't tell you. No, probably, I think it was like average 250 to 400.
All full bodies?
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Not that long. I mean, there was 8 of us. We all know. I mean, all of us hunt. All of us. Well, some of us guide, some of us hunt every single goose day you got. So everyone knew what the hell to do. So it was kind of just grab your decoy, grab your stake. Here's the A-frame and go. Was it knee deep fucking mud or ankle deep? Some of it. There was the second day it was. Yeah, you'd lose your boot in the fucking mud.
Yeah, I'd fucking hell no on that.
Take it.
That don't even sound fun.
It's not.
That is not a rich man sport right there. I can tell you right now, some rich fucker is not doing that shit. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to the country club.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Blame him. But it's cool. It was a fun time, no matter what, going down there with Dirty Birds. So I'm glad we did it.
Now, where all did you guys travel to this waterfowl season to hunt?
We did. We didn't really do much local-wise, like in local states, but we did Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Texas, Arkansas. Cali? No.
Didn't do Cali this year.
Yeah. So Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Texas, and Arkansas.
You shoot anything unusual?
Cranes.
And then, shooting nothing throughout Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri. That was unusual.
Tough season.
When did y'all go there?
The full moon and 60 degrees.
It was really cool.
Oh, that was just the full moon 60 degrees. You mean from November 15th to January 21st? That time frame.
There's full moons this year. I've been saying that to everybody around here, and they're longer.
Yeah.
So y'all went. It was just tough hunting everywhere you went. I'm trying to think.
Everywhere.
I'm trying to think of what time. Where the fuck were the birds then? If they weren't there and they weren't here,
there's no ducks no more. They fucking disappeared. I'm telling you.
There was a shit ton of geese down there, but they were all just sitting on the refuge, not moving.
Yep.
Or they'd move like 5 minutes before light. I've never seen geese move that late consistently.
You think maybe the pressure that we've put on them by so many people hunting them everywhere that we're changing them?
I think you're doing that to the ducks.
Mallards for sure.
Yeah, that's what our ducks are doing. Our top corn producing duck clubs around here have had their 2 worst years in the last 2 years, and I think it's winter, and then also just they're turning nocturnal.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock at night, that fucker's loaded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
getting to be a problem.
Yeah, all of our cornfields are just loaded up from, what time's shooting, like 4:30, 5 o'clock
Yeah.
sometimes, and up till 38. Shit, I was outside of my camper and they're flying at 11 o'clock at night sometimes.
I saw birds in Bismarck on the Missouri River was covered with fucking geese, small geese the other day, and I'm thinking, it's been cold for a month, and here's a bunch of small geese. I mean, probably 10, 15,000 of them on one spot I saw.
Yeah.
And they're just, why would you leave somewhere when you got food and open water? And then if they're putting pressure on you, eat at night. I mean, they're an adaptive bird.
You have to be.
Yeah, they'll be dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you hunt in Cali, is it mostly speckle bellies?
Get a fair amount. I mean, I've done the Cali trip a few times, and it's it's the same thing. It's such a cool area when you're just looking at it, but to have a like super successful hunt, the amount of weather and crap you got to put up with is tough. And so the one day that we shot over 100 birds, it rained 2.5 inches in a 4-hour period and was blowing 65.
That's a fucking hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it literally felt like you were in a hurricane, and I was trying to film it, and it was like, this is retarded. It was like,
that's
you can't.
That's a word you can't use on our podcast.
You just got canceled.
I'll pay that fine.
Hey, after driving through Eastern Washington, if I was picking a place to be an outfitter, that's one of the places I think I would want to go to. You got all that wheat. You're going to get birds because you're so far up north. Was the hunting good there this year for the geese?
Yeah, we had a phenomenal year for the most part. Moses Lake in the Tri-Cities area. I guess like our middle section, the Moses Lake, we had a pretty good year. It's just the birds come down to that, and not much of a migration can really push them down if you don't have the weather to freeze our big lakes and the potholes. So we had a solid goose year. The whole crew did.
Now, do y'all shoot a lot of the small geese there, or is it all big birds?
Both. Yeah, we
Good
shoot.
mix.
Yeah, we shoot both.
And y'all shoot a lot of specks right there, don't you?
No,
you don't. That surprises me.
I've shot 10 in I think 8 years over here.
Now, do y'all have a lot of widgeon there like they do in Western Washington?
Not as much, but we get them. We get them up here in North Spokane. I mean, Yerges shoots them up on the PO, and
get a couple of big river systems that hold larger mobs of them. But as far as like seeing a big push of them go through, no.
We live in the armpit of the fucking world.
What do you mean?
In the United States, if you're going to give it a fucking enema, you would do it in West Texas. There's nothing here. We don't have running pretty water. We don't have.
You got the fucking Brazos half a mile down here.
Yeah, fucker ain't even. It's not ankle deep and it's not 6 foot. You can piss across the side of it. You guys are blessed up north. I'm telling you.
Look at. I will say that ripping through that portion of where we were at in Lubbock, and you come back up here and it's like, oh, there's a hill.
Yeah. Trees.
Yeah. We live in the fucking green forest in Knox City compared to Lubbock, but it's nothing here either. But did you guys enjoy Lubbock?
It was a lot of fun. I've got a lot of buddies down there, and it was fun seeing everybody and going out and I guess just seeing all the dudes and kind of experiencing what you guys get to do down there. And
the text message photos looked amazing.
Yeah.
As he's in the shop.
You can come to Knox City and visit us if you want next year.
Got it.
Lubbock is a cool town.
I'm coming, goddammit.
Well, you're welcome to come. When I heard you were going to be out this way this time, I thought, fuck, I hope they don't come out here. Our fucking hunting sucks this year. So makes me feel better to know that you had one bad day there shooting storks.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. It sucked everywhere.
Yeah, when you messaged me about maybe coming out here, I was like, well, you can come. We'll have fun.
We'll hunt.
The lodge is going to be great. I mean, we'll have good meals, but the hunt might be a little difficult.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the weather shifts up a little bit. Something happens for you guys down there next year. I'd like to come down and come hang out at the lodge. It'd be fun.
We're going to do some things different next year. Not here in Knox City, but we're going to run a lot more of a duck operation in Oklahoma, where we hunt 2 hours north. We got a lot more ducks.
Nice.
But we're not going to concentrate on field hunting. We're going to do water hunts in the morning.
Yeah.
And we're going to put that in. That's what it's just going to be. It's going to be morning duck hunts over water on ponds. We've got 28 ponds And we have a lot of ducks on the water. We just never have concentrated on. We're going to do that starting next year. We're going to start running just a duck operation up there, and then do an.
Now, are they all like cattle ponds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be mallards and widgeons basically. And
Do you guys have ponds in that area?
do we have what?
Is that such corn ponds?
Corn ponds?
Farm ponds in our area. No,
not
as
much
as
here.
they do up there.
Up there, we got a bunch of them,
Okay.
and we're gonna do a lot of that. And we're gonna do afternoon goose hunts up there. It's gonna be extra charge for people, but I'm gonna book just good duck hunts. And then if we got a bunch of geese, and when we do have geese, we'll just do afternoon duck hunts. I mean, goose hunts up there. Shit, I'm so confused.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's saying.
But we're gonna
Kill 'em all.
Just
We're gonna kill everything.
where I
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we fly to? Where do we got to get to? All right.
It's going to be in Hobart, Oklahoma is where the hunting's going to be, is our places. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to concentrate on afternoon or morning duck hunts.
So I let the cat out of the bag on one of the last podcasts that y'all are kind of configuring the little 206.
oh yeah.
I'm excited about
Glad you-
that.
Yeah, I think almost everybody is.
Yeah.
It was kind of a aha sort of thing, and I don't know what I was doing, but I put one together and sent a video to him and someone else, and was like, I think we hit something, and then everybody loved it. So yeah, it'll be revamped a little, just made it a little longer, changed the bores on it. It's a lot easier to operate, and I think the feedback that we got from everybody on it, it's definitely a home run for that call.
Yep.
So what were you doing? You were just dicking around with different inserts and different mouthpieces?
I mean, you get feedback, and Trev being where, in the position that he's in, and going to Texas and putting calls in people's hands, and, having the outfitter guys and, guys like you to give us feedback on the calls. You just, when you build something and, you play it here in the shop and you're, targeting a certain thing, you only get, a couple of opinions. And so whether he likes the design of the mouthpiece and how it blows versus I do, and so on and so forth, you just take that larger sample size, got the feedback. And so we kind of made some adjustments, and so far kind of, I guess, more or less listened to the customers, and kind of what they wanted, and was able to put two and two together.
I think more people will be able to operate it. I think the way it was, for me, I'm not trying to sound braggadocious here or anything, but I'm pretty proficient on a goose call. I didn't have problems with it, but I could see a novice guy might not have as much experience. He might slip a couple notes here and there. With the longer mouthpiece, I think it's going to have more appeal to a bigger audience.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. That was our goal.
Yep.
And I don't think it really lost anything as a call.
No, I mean, it's not any slower or
Right.
anything like that. It definitely has like maybe a little bit deeper pitch to it, but it's
But not enough to make it a point
Right.
where
Not
it's
a
like,
huge
now it's
concern,
a
but-
honker call.
right. The positives of what we're able to get out of it definitely outweighed the slight change in the pitch that we had on it.
And that you're looking at summer when that comes out.
Well, I don't know. It depends on these shows and shit. So if the shows pop out, we're going to want to bring the new product. So it could be the Dive Bomb show would be the new release.
Yep.
For it, which would be June. That's kind of what we were thinking.
Somewhere in that time frame.
So because that's when store orders and stuff will have to be going out. So we'll start manufacturing it. And,
Make that happen.
yep.
So right now we're kind of in turkey mode. We're going with the turkey line. That when does that kind of taper off? Does everybody kind of get their turkey call by mid-April?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say by May 1st, we're really kind of shifting gears. You're going to have a few stragglers that need calls and stuff, but by that point, everybody either has their bird or they've already got their calls. And so, May 1st, we'll definitely
We'll sell
kinda-
more mouth reeds towards the end, and that's
Right.
people just running out of mouth reeds, they're losing them.
Right.
Yep.
But
And then
boxes and will be shifted.
May you're basically more or less done with turkey. And
Yep.
then you start, so on a normal year, shows start first weekend in June.
Mhm.
So really you got just a little bit of a gap between May and then June, and then you're full bore with shows on a normal year during the summer.
yeah. So we'll see. Last year was the first year we obviously didn't have the show, so it was kind of different, but it was kind of a good because we had a lot of growing pains, I think. New machines and new things. So this year, with the building going up and constructing, hopefully that doesn't cause too much of a headache. while we're trying to jam pack everything in a small ass box.
If I have to move again in September, there is going to be a lot of whiskey consumed.
Yeah.
How's the sticker machine coming?
It's in a plastic bag sitting right here. I mean,
So you've never put it together?
No, I haven't even touched it. But
hasn't been made at all.
We got that. The screen frame set up.
Yeah, it's going.
How did that work? How'd that turn out? Because I thought about buying us one and starting to do our own shirts. But then after talking to you the first time, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Make sure you hire someone that can do it for you.
Really? Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to pull your fucking hair out.
Yeah. It is.
Look like this.
Yeah. You see this fucking balding shit going on here? This widow's peak?
Yeah.
It's that big a pain in the ass then.
It's tedious, man. It is.
It's tedious. Once you get it all set up and you've got a good like workflow about you, it's really cool. But getting to that point,
hours.
Fuck.
Fucking hours.
Yep. I'm not a real patient person on shit like that.
I would not.
No, I'm not going to then.
That's like the biggest thing you read in blogs. It's like, make sure you have time.
Yeah.
See, I have a ton of free time between now and in September. But the problem is like shipping shirts and stuff. We're fixing to have a new shirt come out here pretty quick. Is that when we do shirts, I can't do it in the fucking hunting season. We're too damn busy.
Right.
And people just don't understand that. I had guys at Christmas time. So we're not shipping anything out during Christmas. I don't have time to ship shit.
Yep.
It's an interesting thing.
It's hard. I mean, you can either like, I don't know, inventory it, right? And just get it all beforehand and
hopefully take care of it during that time frame.
Have the USPS come pick it up at your lodge if that's a thing out there.
See, that's what you city people do not understand. We live in Hooterville. Shit don't work like it does for everybody else. You know, we just can't call UPS, FedEx, and they're going to come out here and pick up 80 T-shirts and back. We got to take them.
Right.
Yeah. We're old school too. We take them too.
Shipping T-shirts is fucking expensive too.
Yeah, you can bet on about in between $7 to $9.
Yeah,
anywhere.
It's crazy
In the U.S., you know, you're trying to sell a T-shirt for $25, and then people get to the shopping cart and they're like, "Oh, that's $33," and you're like,
"Yeah,
sorry."
Shipping's not fucking easy at all." And usually I do ours just to include the shipping in it, and then I get shipping. I'm like, shit. And old Blake, he done some sweatshirts, some hoodies this year.
Yeah.
And I told him when he did it, I said, "Boy, you have fucked up." Well, what do you mean? I said, "Do you know how much it's going to cost to ship them hoodies?" I said, $10 to $15 per hoodie. And I said, that's not even the problem. The problem is bagging them fuckers up and writing down their addresses and then taking them and shipping them. So after he got them all, he was like, well, you're right about that. I said, never learn until you have to learn it on your own.
Oh, yeah. We've done that a couple times.
Still do it.
Yeah.
So
what do you mean the website didn't charge shipping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Growing pains.
Growing. Yeah, buddy.
Everybody said, you got to start your own business and put, make your own way in this world.
It's fun, they say.
It's a lot of fun, they say. All right, we've taken up enough of your time. So, if you're a turkey hunter, you need to go over to PacificCustomCalls.com and you can get one. What is your hottest selling turkey call? Is it a mouth call? Is it a pot call?
Probably a pot call and the mouth calls.
Yeah, pots and mouth calls.
The ghost reed cut or the cherry pot calls.
Ooh, the cherry.
We're gonna come out with a crystal one this year. Crystal pot. So
don't go over right now. Wait until about March 15th.
Yeah.
Then everything will be there. You got to let Yerges glue everything. Still, it's gonna take a little while.
I gotta go to Costa Rica and then I gotta come back.
You better take you a bunch of cash. Make sure you get in.
We'll find out if I can get back.
Stuck at the airport for a week.
So
fucking COVID.
So how long have you been like tinkering with this crystal call?
I mean, we had them.
Well, we glued some up a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
we tried them out. It's just been on kind of one of those back burner. Let's go try it here. Okay, next project. So
right, and then when we ended up with our own equipment, as far as the bigger laser engraver, the router, things like that, you can get a little bit cooler looking pop that warrants the the crystal and doing something cool over the soundboard. Plus, I mean, like the glue machine that we ended up buying was like probably the coolest thing ever, because sitting there with a tube of shoe goo and a needle, like no. And so to make them look legit, having the air powered syringe to go around the rim definitely helps out a lot.
And let's face it, the crane call last year took precedent over everything. That had to get out now.
Of course, you had to. That's most important.
It had to.
No.
Yeah. We really appreciate you guys. I hope, hopefully we will make it up to the Dive Bomb show in June, and then we can.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
That's for
fuck
sure.
around with you guys. But yeah.
Are you guys going to go to Game Fair if they have it?
What date is it? What do they have it down as?
It's usually the
First and second weekend in August, so it's two weekends.
Probably so. I wanted to go last year. If they open it up with that normal, yes. If they're going to have all this restrictions on fucking being able to keep your mask over your nose and face, no.
It'll be real hard to blow duck calls with masks on our face.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna have to figure
Hey, you know what? I saw the dumbest shit. I saw a fucking band at some high school in Washington, and they had the band members sitting in these little fucking cubicles blowing their fucking. Looked like I don't even know.
Yeah, their own.
Did you?
Bubbles?
Yeah, they had little fucking bubbles. They were all standing in, blowing their instruments.
Yeah. We'll be doing that kind of thing.
Step into the disinfectant.
Yeah.
How is that going to fucking... I haven't even thought about that, because a lot of people like to blow a call whenever they see you guys and test it out.
Yeah, we'll just bring Everclear.
I guess so. Take a shot of this, and then you can have it.
I had a lady get on to me because I used a fucking pen to check in at a hotel, and I signed my shit to sign in, and I took the pen and I stuck it down on the deal, and she jumped. No, sir, you got to go put that over there in the used pen section. I thought, fucking lady, God almighty.
Yeah, they get on you. That's for damn sure.
Yes, me and Andy will probably go to Game Fair if Andy's allowed to get a kitchen pass. Do you think you can get a kitchen pass, Andy?
Jeff.
Yeah, that's a no. Yeah, me and Andy will probably be at Game Fair if it's open. We would love to go up there.
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Well, we'll have room at our booth so you can set up, and you can do a podcast there.
And it's Andy and I, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, Blake.
Oh, it's like fucking knuckle dragger here. Me and Andy.
Me and world famous Andy Shaver.
Candidly, would you guys be okay if they didn't have shows this year, since you've got this major expansion going on?
Yes.
Kind of. A little bit. Don't get us wrong. We love it. We love coming out and meeting everybody and seeing our friends and seeing the other call makers. But I think with this summer, with what the hell we've got cooking, it would be kind of nice to not have August be so clammed down with what it usually is.
It's pretty stressful. So.
And you have to be there is the bad thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've gone to enough shows now and been in enough places that, like, if Trevor and myself go to a show, typically we have, better sales, better, everything. It's just you feel more complete at the show instead of just like, oh, hey, here's a pro staffer and they know nothing about this particular call model that we have here, and let's go for it, kid. And so it's just not it's not as effective. But at the manufacturing level that we do and everything else, when you take a large part of the workforce and go send it to Minnesota for 2 weekends, you lose a lot of man hours.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I've got a really blunt question here, and I hope I don't offend anybody. But
oh Christ,
Andy's nervous now. What do you do with these jackasses that call you want to be pro staffers that absolutely have no business being a pro staffer for you? Because I know you have to deal with a ton of those.
Yeah,
send him to Chase.
Yeah, we send him to Chase Altig. His email is chase@calls.com. Please call him, and he will get back to you.
But do you do that, though, right?
That.
Typically.
Do you get a lot of that?
Yeah.
We get,
Instagram we get a lot of messages on the Instagram and the book face.
And I don't think any of us mind, like, someone who legitimately wants to try to, be a part of the team and do stuff. The ones that really, piss myself off are the ones that just, no subject line, no nothing, just a blank email that says, can I get a call from y'all?
And that's...
I'm going to blow it for my friends, and if they like it, then they'll all buy one from you.
Yeah, I hunt with 10 people. We can all sell them and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but
it's great.
It takes a lot more than that just to be a pro staffer. So, it's hard. It's hard. There's no, subject line on, hey, this is how you go ask a company to be a pro staffer.
Right, because we get that kind of shit all the time with a guide job. Like, somebody on a podcast with his wife last week mentioned that we were going to have a couple of job guide openings. I had 10 freaking emails this week.
Good.
From people looking for a job.
Any of them good?
I'm not going to look through them until next month. I'm going to look through all the resumes. I'm sure some of them are, but I get a lot of guys that I had a guy not long ago that has always wanted to goose hunt. He duck hunts a little bit, but he knows he'd be a good goose guide. He wants a job with full benefits, insurance, health care, everything. You know, fuck, dude, I ain't giving you a job, but I get more of them than I do the good ones.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot more of that than there are good.
Yeah, Mikey, the Mikeys are hard to find out there. I'm telling you.
If there's another Mikey, I have no doubt in my mind that you will find him.
Mikey done a good job, did he not?
Except for the tumble.
His fuck ups were magnified because we have a podcast. His Mikey overall work deal was not. He did not do a bad job at all.
He had a good attitude.
He learned a lot.
He tried hard
for a kid that was in high school the year before.
He had
a young kid.
Yeah,
getting into the man's world of guiding, especially down there with you boys.
we're not easy sometimes. We're kind of. We still have a fraternity type atmosphere around here because we're going to haze you and fuck with you. If you don't like it, this is not a place to be.
Nothing sexual or anything like that. Like there's no elephant walks or anything.
I know. We know you guys don't mind anal probing. We've already passed that, but you know it's not our deal.
Is
that get into the Canada border?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's never sexual, but we'll fuck with you a little bit. Mikey did good.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys.
I think you have.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Taking up plenty of your time. What else? I talked to you last week about the new 206. You're going to kind of tool with a couple other things other than lengthening the mouthpiece.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is going to be tooled up and changed this year. I think our plan is to come out with those guts for the spec call, those brass guts, see how that works out, and then. I don't know.
A couple other manufacturing things. I mean, you know, some whistles and, you know, different things that are more or less easy for us to add to the lineup and try to do that. And I think we've got maybe a contest duck call on the horizon here very, very
It's been
soon.
on the horizon for like 10 years. So
yeah.
Trying to finalize that bad boy.
A few things to get lined up, but otherwise, no, it'll be a cool year. A couple of revamps, different projects, a lot of different logo work. Just kind of
tons of t-shirts,
some updates.
What does the brass and the spec call do?
Volume and just different. You know, our 530, we get a lot of great feedback on it, and people really enjoy it. But it definitely is a like from a volume standpoint, a little bit softer spec call. So. Hopefully by manufacturing a different gut and going with a different approach and not being so worried about the usability of it, we're hoping to push something that's got a little more volume.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I'll look forward to that too. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on here. Good luck with your turkey line. Good luck with your turkey line for the next couple of weeks, and then we look forward to everything you guys got coming out this summer.
Cool. We'll hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll see you again.
Yes, we'll see you in August.
Awesome,
Take care.
guys.
Be safe and enjoy Texas in June.
See you guys.
We will try.
That is Trevor Austin and Alex Yerges.
They
got a lot of good stuff going on.
Yes, they do. Growing company and doing well.
And that's what you want to, that's what you want to see from these guys. You want to see expansion. You want to see them conquering new
capitalism.
That's right. They're not happy with just, here's the deal. They've got a ton of calls. They could have just gone off of their laurels for the rest of, for however long they wanted to sell calls, but they're constantly trying to make things better. They got a good call in the 206, but they realized that it might not be for everybody, so they went back to the drawing board and figured out how to get it in more hands. They got a spec. They got a good spec call. I think it's the easiest spec call that I've ever blown. I know it's the easiest spec call that I've ever blown. But they're expanding. They're trying to make it a little bit better. That's why I like those guys.
Everybody that comes through here that hunts a lot, all talk about Pacific calls.
Yeah,
all of them. That's all they talk about.
And we've got a promo code with them, BHP25. So if you are in the market for anything turkey related, because I know that's the season that's coming up now, use the promo code BHP25, or if you're interested in goose or a duck call, be sure you use that promo code because you won't regret it. Anything else, Hefe? We're about to do our own podcast.
Nope. Thank you. God bless y'all. Thank you for listening. Check out Pacific. Good guys. Great product.
All right, like I said, check out Pacific Calls, PacificCustomCalls.com. Use the promo code BHP25. Go to Dive Bomb Industries, Get Skinny, Boss Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Gun Dog Outdoors, Foul Bandits, Blind Grass, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, RIP, never forget, William Chris Wines, and 14 Cattle Code.